everybody, I'm Lance Allen and I am here to teach you guys the ukulele or the ukulele. This is a really popular instrument and you guys know it probably from Hawaii, thus the Hawaiian shirt. And we're going to have fun learning the ukulele together, and I'm excited to teach you. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the history, and in our first lesson we're going to learn how to tune the ukulele. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, the ukulele is a small instrument, and there's 4 different kinds of ukuleles. The one I have here is the concert size, and there's a smaller one called the soprano, and one a little bit bigger than this called a tenor, and then there's one that's much like the guitar called a baritone. Those are the 4 different sizes of the ukulele. As you know, it's a Hawaiian instrument. It actually came from Portugal, just to the east of Spain. It's a Portuguese instrument from the lute family, actually, believe it or not. And it's got 4 strings on it, and it's a really easy instrument to play. This here is the body of the ukulele. So if I ever refer to things like this, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. This part here is called the bridge, and the thing that the strings set on is the saddle. And this is the sound hole. That's where the sound comes from. And this part here is the neck. And you've got the fretboard right here. This is where we're going to place our fingers and play different chords and things. And these shiny silver things up here that twist are the gear tuners. This is what's going to help us keep in tune, which I'm going to talk about shortly. And that pretty much covers everything. We do have the nut right here. This is called the nut, and that's where the string's set up. And the individual metal bars in here are called frets. So if I refer to those, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This will be fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, fret 5, and so on. Okay? And you do have position markers on there that help you find frets quite easily. Like this is the 5th fret, that first dot, and then the second dot is your 7th fret. And this third one is the 10th fret, and the double dots is the 12th fret. Sometimes some ukuleles might have a 3rd fret dot as well, so you can get to chords right here easily and call those frets up pretty easily. Okay, so let's get started on the tuning. The first string of your ukulele should ring a G note. And I have a little saying here, good cats eat always, okay? Or good children eat always, whichever one you want. An old song would be, my dog has fleas. There's just these certain intervals that help you remember what the ukulele tuning sounds like. My dog has fleas. That's what that sounds like. So we have a G note, a C note, and then your E note, and then an A note. Now, if you have a ukulele that came with a tuner, then that would be the best way to tune the ukulele. Each string is connected to a tuner, and if you turn the knob counterclockwise or clockwise, the pitch of the string changes. It either goes lower or higher. So let's take a look at the tuner. All right, this is a clamp-on style tuner. And once you press and hold the button, it'll turn on, and you'll have several different options here. You'll have one that's got labeled as B, and then I believe that one is V for violin or viola, or not viola, probably violin. And then you have one that's marked U for ukulele. You also have one that is a C, which is chromatic. I suggest just keeping it on C. That's a good place to keep the tuner on, but you can always use the one that says ukulele concert. That little C stands for concert. So I'm going to put it on C, and then I'm going to clamp it onto the headstock right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to intentionally detune my ukulele so that you could see exactly what happens. So each note should ring out, remember, G, C, E, and then A. So I'm going to hit the G note repeatedly. And you'll see that it says G, but the arrow is to the left. See that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go counterclockwise with my tuner just a little bit at a time until it turns green and that meter is pointing straight up. We're going to do the same thing with our C note. All right, that one means that it's flat. So I'm going to tighten it until it gets to the C in the middle. Just have to keep hitting it repeatedly. And there you go, you got a good C note. Now, what if the string was too tight? Oh, look at there. This actually says C sharp. That little pound sign there stands for sharp. So what I'm going to do if it's sharp, I'm going to loosen it. And sometimes I'll loosen it below the pitch and then tighten it to be in pitch. right? And the next string is your E. It's a little flat. And there we have it. And then your E, or sorry, A string. A string is going to be the skinny string right there. There we go. Now we should have a perfectly in tune ukulele. Cool.